Hello, I'm Dave Karger. Thanks for staying with me tonight here on TCM. Up next is another movie set during senior year of high school. It's a drama produced by Sam Goldwyn, starring Anne Blythe and Farley Granger. From 1950, it's Our Very Own. Anne Blythe plays a young woman about to graduate high school whose life is turned upside down when she learns that she was adopted. She becomes determined to meet her birth mother and in the process begins to turn her back on the family that raised her. Farley Granger co-stars as her boyfriend, and her adoptive mother is played by Jane Wyatt, who went on to become one of TV's favorite mothers when she starred as Robert Young's wife on the hit sitcom Father Knows Best. The cast also includes Ann Dvorak, who had been a top star at Warner Brothers in the early 1930s in pre-code movies like Scarface, Three on a Match, and The Crowd Roars. At this point in 1950, her film career was winding down, and she appeared in only a handful of movies released over the next year before retiring from the screen. But playing a smaller role as Anne Blythe's younger sister is an actress whose career was only just getting started, Natalie Wood. She was 11 years old at the time, but already a veteran of a dozen movies, including The Ghost and Mrs. Muir and Miracle on 34th Street. Wood was still a few years away from transitioning to playing teenage characters on screen, two of which earned her Oscar nominations, Rebel Without a Cause and Splendor in the Grass. Anne Blythe, on the other hand, was already an Oscar nominee. 5 years earlier, she'd given one of her most memorable performances and earned an Oscar nomination as Joan Crawford's conniving, ungrateful teenage daughter Veda in Mildred Pierce. From 1950, directed by David Miller, here is Our Very Own. Our Very Own was produced by Samuel Goldwyn, who was one of the most successful independent producers of Hollywood's golden age. Goldwyn scored some of his biggest hits in the 1930s and 40s, including glossy and critically acclaimed movies like Dodsworth, Stella Dallas, Wuthering Heights, The Pride of the Yankees, and The Best Years of Our Lives. But by the early 1950s, moviegoers' tastes were changing, and Hollywood producers were struggling to lure audiences away from their television sets and back into the theaters. In an effort to appeal to younger fans, Goldwyn decided to make a film about a teenage girl on the verge of her high school graduation. Our Very Own was only a modest hit, and it earned one Oscar nomination for Best Sound. After this, Goldwyn reunited two of the stars of the film, Farley Granger and Joan Evans, for the film noir Edge of Doom, which was released later the same year. Goldwyn produced only 4 more movies in the 1950s, capping his career with the 1959 adaptation of Gershwin's Porgy and Bess. Up next, Roddy McDowall and Tuesday Weld star in a teen comedy from 1966, directed and co-written by George Axelrod.
Next on TCM, Lord Love a Duck. Then Andy Hardy's private secretary. And later, Haxon. TCM's got that old black magic tonight.